So how do you punish a dog when you're on a walk and they choose to run after a car or another dog? Dogs are consequence-based learners. So at their core, they're hedonistic pleasure seekers, and they want to do whatever feels good, and then they want to stop doing whatever doesn't feel good. But there's a foundation you have to build before you can fairly and effectively correct your dog. This starts with establishing a clear communication system, with building a healthy, structured relationship, understanding how to become an active leader for your dog. It's not about just throwing the prong collar on, throwing the e-collar on, and just correcting your dog all willy-nilly for the bad decisions that they're making. There is a relative consequence that corresponds with a relative action, and it takes some time to build an understanding and a kind of finesse ability to read that for your specific dog. To answer this question practically, you would have that dog on a prong collar that you conditioned, that you took time to condition and to make into a neutral tool in your dog's eyes. Once you have this established, that would be on during the walk, and you would use a punishment marker word no, and you would give them a physical correction with that prong collar on that leash, or you would give them an e-collar correction if you're in off-leash training, or you would have a spray bottle that they would find aversive. Remember, some dogs like spray bottles. It's all about what the dog finds to be aversive. When your dog engages in this reactivity, in these completely unacceptable, undesirable behaviors out on your walk, you would implement one of those specific punishments. You would contrast this undesirable consequence the dog is experiencing with a desirable consequence for a desirable behavior. When they choose to look at you, when they choose to down, when they choose to continue walking with you without freaking out at that distraction, you're going to mark with your positive reinforcement marker, and you're going to give them a physical reward, which is a physical consequence that's good. And that black and white picture of a bad physical consequence and a good physical consequence will become very clear in your dog's eyes. Once you make that clear to the dog, they will naturally want to do the behavior that gives them the good outcome, and they will want to stop doing the behaviors that do not give them the good outcome. But again, it's not as simple as it sounds. So I highly suggest working with the trainer if it's your first time using tools, and having someone help you learn how to fairly and effectively punish your dog. If you do punishment correctly, you will have a dog that is the opposite of shut down or fearful. But if you do punishment incorrectly, you can do some damage to your dog, and none of us want that. Remember, the whole goal of giving your dog a correction is so that you don't have to give them any more correction. Humans are complicated, dog training is simple. Chip!